Hi guys, it's Mary Ellen. Today I am doing a video that you guys have requested over and over and over and over again. I have been resisting it because I don't know. I feel like I can't give you enough good content on this, or maybe it's just because it's second nature to me and I feel like it wouldn't be interesting or helpful, but you guys keep asking, so here we go. Here is my video on lettering. If you want to see how I letter in my planner and get some tips for you, stay tuned. Okay, there's lots of different ways to letter in your planner. And what I thought I'd start out with is just showing you my spread from last week, just to give you an idea of what I do. Now, this isn't going to be for everybody, but I use lots of different kinds of lettering each week. I like to switch it up so that it's not the same all the time. I feel like if it's the same type of lettering on all the days, that it just looks boring to me. And that's just me. Everybody's different. You can just do one kind of lettering and it'll look good for you, like whatever you want to do. I just like switching it up. So I'm going to talk first about the different ways to write big in your planner, and then I'll talk about the like the smaller writing. Okay, so the big stuff is for like headers and stuff. So I'm going to show you a few different ways that I letter. Right now I'm using a Stadler pen. These are linked in the description box below. I've been using these a lot lately. I don't know why, I've kind of switched. I didn't use this for a long time and now I've been using these. I think these are really good pens. So the first thing I'll do is just, like I said, show you different ways to write big. And these are just the ways that I do it. And I am by no means a professional letterer. I did used to get paid for calligraphy back in the day, but that was back in college when there wasn't anything like, bounce lettering or anything like that. It was just straight up calligraphy. Anyway, that's besides the point. So what I'm going to do here is just write the word Bumble, I guess. And I'm going to do it in different types of lettering so you can see what I mean. You could just do straight up caps like this. Okay. Then you can do, this is what I do. So I use this kind of lettering a lot. And I usually do it in all caps, but sometimes I'll do lowercase. Okay. And then once I do a word, I can either fill it in with black, like this, or I can leave it alone so that it's like that. But sometimes I like to go in and fill it in with colored pencils. So I can take it and just fill in the whole section there, or I can do like sometimes I do like an ombre look. So let me see if I can grab a couple of different. So say I wanted to use this. Say I wanted to do like a teal to like light blue. So I'll do the first half at the top in teal. I'll do the bottom half in light blue. And then, I hope you can see this okay. And then what I'll do is take a white colored pencil, and these are Prismacolors that I use. Arteza has some good ones too. That one didn't work very well, but I think it's because I wrote too small. But if it's bigger, it kind of blends it. I'll show you. I'll do a big M here. Oh, that's kind of funky. Hold on. Okay, so cross that part out. I'll do the big M. So say I write the top. Say I want it to be darker on the top and lighter on the bottom. I just color this in like so. And then I'll take my white pencil and I'll kind of blend them together. So it's sort of like an ombre, a effect. Do you see that? I do that sometimes. I think that's a really cool look. Okay. You can also do stripes like that. You can fill it in with like polka dots, whatever you want to do. Okay. So I use markers too, where I'll go in and just color it in depending on like the colors of my spread. Let me see if I can find that for you. Like here. So you can see I did a red, white, and blue spread, so I colored these in with the markers, with like the gel pens. All right. So that's another kind of lettering you can do. You can also, and I don't know the names of any of these, so yeah. You can also do this and put the tails and stuff. Is that what it's called? Tail? I don't even know. Like I said, I am not a professional letterer, nor do I need to be, but sometimes I can do this. Okay. Okay, then we have, sometimes I just do this. And I'll do like block letters. Oh, that's a bad example. Like so. I'm just doing this quick, you guys. Definitely not my best work, but you see what I'm saying. And then you can color this in the same way with the markers or the pencils, or leave it like that, whatever you want to do. And then we go into, and let me pull out this is a Tombow dual brush pen. I don't use the brush side because I suck at brush lettering. I will be honest with you, I'm terrible at it. But a lot of times I'll use this for like, or other pens, I'll use it for like the bigger cursive. Okay, you can do that. You can also do foligraphy. So if I did this in the same type of font, and I'm not good at bounce lettering. Like I can do this kind, but I'm not good at like the up and down like Heather Kell does. Like I've tried and I really can't. I mean, I guess if I practice enough, I could, but, and then you can, well, this, you can go in and do like, and color all of the downstrokes, make them a little bit thicker so that it looks like you used a brush pen. That's foligraphy. So I'll do that sometimes. You get the point. I don't have to do the whole thing. What else? Let me just look at some of my old spreads. I'm gonna take my planner out from last year because I used to use a lot of different kinds of lettering that I don't really use anymore. I just want to see if there's any here that are different. You can see like this spread I used like several different kinds. Like I did this and I colored the downstrokes in here. You can do like rounded letters like this. Can you see that? How they're like a little bit rounded. You can also do like all lowercase, or you can do all caps. I've actually gotten a lot better now that I look at this at my, that was when I tried to do bounce lettering. That sucks. Well, that's pretty good. But I've gotten better at that. So that's one good thing. So that I tried it again there. That's not too bad. I should really try bounce lettering again. So here's an example of when I use like the full block letters. So those are the main ones I do. Oh, here I did like a bounce lettering type thing, and then I filled it in with a marker. I kind of like that look. So yeah, my lettering has changed a bit. Interesting. Oh, look here, I did a couple of different things here. Like I did like a small letter and then a big letter and then a small letter, and I kind of made it bouncy. I like that. And I did the same thing over here where it says lunch. Okay, so you get the point. There's lots of different things you can do, right? For the headers or for the bigger lettering. Now what I do for when I write smaller in my planner is I typically will just write in all caps. And the reason I started doing this, I didn't used to do it. The reason I started is I feel like it's more uniform looking. So I can do this, or I can do this. They're both good, but when you've got a whole page of it, for some reason, I feel like it's more attractive and more linear, I guess, to do all caps. Back here, let me see if I can find, this is back before I used the Happy Planner. No, I was using all caps here. So here's, oh God. Okay, well, you know, when I sucked, back on this horrible week, I used like lowercase, and you see what I mean? It's just not as uniform or something. I don't know. So I like to use all caps. Sometimes I'll switch it up. And then sometimes I'll write, like this week I'm doing this. I'm writing in all caps, but I'm like doing kind of like italics, like I'm tilting it. And then there's different ways to write in lowercase too. Like I will do, sometimes I'll write, this is my regular lowercase, right? And then sometimes I'll do this, and I'll make it like kind of like that. So I switch it up for whatever reason. I just like to do different things. Okay, now I'm going to talk to you about different ways to write in your blocks. So if you want to fill a whole block with lettering, let me just give you an example. Let's see. So for example, this Girls' Night at the Melting Pot. So I filled this whole section because sometimes if I have an event, like a party or look, this Christmas shopping, I'll fill up the whole block. And I like to do that because it is just a little bit more decorative and more fun. I do that a lot more these days than I used to. So I will show you what I mean. So a lot of the times I'll put a whole, like a big sticker here or something, but sometimes I just write it right in the block. These are not good examples, but do you know what I mean? So I'll do like, okay, Allie comes home that day, yay, like a whole section, Memorial Day. So that's what I'm talking about. So there's lots of different ways you can do this. The main thing I want just to mention is that you don't need to, but I think it looks the best if you vary what your width, like your thickness of pen, and the different fonts that you're using. So if I'm doing somebody's birthday, so say I'm doing Mom's birthday, right? Let's say what I would typically do is I would do the name like in a font like this. Okay. Because like Mom is the most important part here, right? I might color it in like this. Now, I'm going to switch pens because this is a little bit thick And now I want to write in a smaller pen. So I'm going to use a point, not this one, a 0.7 Pentel Energel, if I can find one. Hang on. Okay, so here's a 0.7. And I am, wait, is this a 0.7? This is not. Hold on. Okay, this is a 0.7. So what I'm going to do now, if I could just do Mom's birthday in the same pen, but for me, I feel like it's just too uniform. So I'm going to use this thinner pen. I'm also going to use a different font, a different type of lettering when I write birthday. So I might do it in cursive. I might go like this. Okay, I might do that. And then say we're going out to dinner. Say we're going to, I don't know. There's a restaurant called Estrella's around here. Say we're going to Estrella's. So then I might come in with a skinnier pen, and I might do at in just regular letters. And then I might come back in with this pen again, or even a bigger pen, and do, I'll try this one, and write in the name of the restaurant. And now I'm going to write it in like this. Hi. My daughter just walked in the door. Okay, so you can see how it adds just a little bit of interest. It's not the same throughout the whole block. And then I can come back under here and put in like stickers or the time. And maybe I want to put in the time, and maybe I want to do that in a pink pen. So say 8 o'clock. You can switch up the colors, you can switch up the fonts. And then if there's some left over at the bottom, you can go in and put little like polka dots or like a little squiggly line. And you can do it at the top too if you want. So it's just good to switch it up with the different thicknesses, the different types of lettering. I just think it makes it a lot more interesting. Okay, so I'll give you another example of something you can do with lettering. So sometimes what I'll do is do it like an arch when I'm writing. So say I want to write, and sometimes you don't, if you're doing like filling up a block with an event, that's cool. But sometimes I fill up a block if I run out of, not run out of space. If I have extra space at the end, I could either put a sticker there, or sometimes I'll write things that are kind of mundane. Like sometimes I'll do plan for next week, on like a Sunday or something. Even though I know I'm going to be planning for next week and I don't forget, it's just something fun to put in the box, if that makes sense. So what I wanted to show you is you can do it like this. You can kind of curve it around so that it looks a little more interesting. And this is already, I'm not doing this well. Usually I'll do this in like pencil first to make sure that it's like even and everything. So I'm just winging this one, but you'll kind of know what I mean. So I would just do plan, and then maybe like, maybe I'll color that in a color, and then I might do like for in another pen, and then like next week in another type of lettering and another thickness of pen. Something like that. I know that's bad. But then maybe I come in here and color this in to make it a little more interesting. And again, I'm just doing this quick so it's kind of running with the other pen. Usually I let the black pen dry a little bit first before I bring in any markers or colored pencils, because I don't want to make it like muddy looking like that. And then I can go in, so say I have this here and I have all this space on the side, I can just do something like this. Boom. That's bad. That should have been angled up, but you know what I mean. And then I could do, since I have the rest of the block, I could like put a couple stickers down here or whatever, or I could do like stripes across, something like that. I don't know. Sometimes when I have extra space, I just like to fill it with little kinds of doodles like that. It's not a doodle, but you know what I mean. Just little things for emphasis. What could I put down here? I mean, literally anything. Probably what I would do is do that and then put a sticker down there, or I could do this again at the bottom, you know. And this is just one example of something. Like, there's so many of these types of little doodles you can do like that to fill up the box if you need more, or you don't have to do that at all, but sometimes that's fun to do. Okay, but yes, I like to sometimes curve my letters, and I think that makes it look a little more interesting. Also, what you can do is you don't have to have it straight up and down. Like, what you could do, and I'll do it over here so we have like a clean page. Also, what you could do is like do it kind of on diagonal. So say I was having lunch with a friend, I could go like this, lunch, and do it like on an angle, and then come in here and do this part straight with Cheryl, something like that. So that it's like its own little section here. And then I can come in with like stickers or something about the lunch, or right where I'm going to lunch. And sometimes I can come in here and just do a skinny like line, skinny downstroke, so that just makes it look a little more dimensional kind of than what it was, than just regular writing. Okay, so what else? I don't know. I guess my main point that I want to get across to you is I don't like to do this, and I know I'm repeating myself, but I don't like to do the same thing all the time. And I think it makes it look a lot more interesting to switch up lettering, to switch up thicknesses, to switch up colors, to switch up angles, and all that. I think it just makes it more fun. So what I think I'll do now is just kind of look through my planner with you. I'll just do this year's. Last year, I think I paid more attention to lettering last year, but I'll just show you some different things, and probably I've already gone over some of this. But you can see what I do. So like right here, I colored in these with colored pencils to match kind of the rest of the spread. And I did the same thing here. I did like a gray, like a taupe, because that kind of coordinates with the rest of the spread. Here's like a light blue. So I like to do that. This popcorn day is kind of up and down for fun, because this popcorn day is like super fun. Let's see. So here's like, I did different colors and lettering there, different colors and lettering there, but like the same ones, you know what I mean? Here's another example of when I did those little lines to fill up the box. I probably did this first and then realized I had a lot of space around it. You can do that for emphasis sometimes if you like, if something's important to you or whatever. Let's see. So this is the same type. I used a lot of the same types of lettering, and I don't like to switch it up too much. So if I'm on one spread and I'm doing this kind of lettering, I definitely want to use this kind of lettering in other points in the spread. So you need balance, but you also need variety. So I hope that makes sense. Here is, like, I did a different kind of lettering here for fun. My gratitude section, I did like cursive, and then I did regular printing. Here's the curve thing with like that ombre look for the colored pencils. Again, like more variety here. So you can see I use like really pretty much the same fonts. I'd really like to branch out and do some different things. But for now, I'm pretty much using the same thing. This was a little bit different. You can see I made some downstrokes and didn't color them in just for a different look. Here's where I like did some lines on these. Let's see. So like this, I just kind of did on a diagonal. Beautiful day outside. So I think you guys get the point. You know what? I'm gonna grab my old planner and show you what I was doing. And where is it? Show you what I was doing back when I had more time to focus on lettering. Let me see if there's anything really different. And I know I just showed you some of this, but there's a lot going on here, isn't there? But like, for example, I did this, and look, I punched this wrong. Do you see this quote? So I worked hard to center this. I did it in pencil first so that it would look centered, but I used this type of lettering, then I did regular, then I used another type of lettering, and then I did regular again, and then I did it in lowercase, and I did like a curve thing. So I think it's a cool look. I like that. Here's a different kind of lettering I did. That's kind of cool, actually. I'm not sure about that. Oh my God, Alexa, shut up. Anyway, sometimes you can take a lowercase, not lowercase, well, yeah, lowercase, whatchamacallit, cursive, and like kind of drag it across the whole space. So if you do, say you're doing like a gratitude section, instead of just doing this, I'm just doing this really quick, you guys. Instead of just doing that, like sometimes you can do this and do it kind of like shallow, not shallow, what's the word I'm looking for? Like short and wide so that it fills up the whole space. And I think that's a really cool look. And I kind of did that right there. And let's see, that's sort of like that ombre look where I used two different colors there. Whoa, this is like bam. So up here I did like a curve on these. I think that was kind of cool. And I made sure it like filled the space. And I did it like this kind, this kind, this kind, this, like every other one was a different type of lettering. Kind of like that. Here I was experimenting with some like capitals and lower cases on the same, in the same words. I did some of that before. Here's like that example of that font with the tails and stuff. And sometimes you can do, I don't know if I told you this, but sometimes if you do like a cursive and then you outline it all in black, like, so say, maybe I did go over this with you already, sorry. I did half of this video yesterday and I'm doing the other half today, so I'm not sure what I covered yesterday. But if you do it like this, no, that's not what I want to do. Say you do it like this. I'm just gonna write bum. You'll know what I mean. And then you just go in like this. and like outline it. It just gives it more dimension. I think that's a really cool look. And you can outline it in black, or you can outline it in another color. I have to do that more often. I don't do that very often, but I like that. Here I did some big block letters, and then I colored them in with colored pencil. And I kind of went around the edge. The edge is a little darker, and then the middle's a little bit lighter to kind of make it sort of 3D-ish looking. Slanting. So it seems I used to use more different kinds of lettering when I first started, and it sort of has transformed into the same like usual ones. So I should do this more often, like kind of branch out a little bit. Here I did like, it's gonna be May. There's some bad singing right there. Okay, so I won't keep going on too long, but I just wanted to show you a couple more things. So here I did this same type of font, but then I did like a rainbow. I did one color for each letter. I think that's really cute with this rainbow spread. And I already looked at most of these with you guys. Whoops, oh, that came up. Let me look back here. In this spread, I used definitely some thicker lines, and it gives it a different look. So I used this Tombow pen for like all of this, and it's kind of more like emphasis than, and I think I went through, did I go through a period where I was doing that a lot? I don't know. I was using this pen a lot for a while, and then I kind of got out of it again. Now I'm using more of like the Papermate Flair. I also sometimes try to match, like if I have fonts, if I have stickers with a certain font, I try to match it sometimes. So like here, this is a sticker that says coffee, and then I put this relax over here, and it looks sort of like the same kind of lettering as this. So I kind of copied it, I guess, a little bit, and it just sort of matches on the other side of the page. So I think that's really all the examples that I see. I hope this like gave you some ideas. Every planner is their own individual, like every planner is just different than every other planner, and everybody has their own style. I hope this was helpful, but definitely find your own style. Just know that if you balance it and switch it up, that it's going to look uniform yet beautiful at the same time. I hope that makes sense to you. And if you like this video, please click the thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Check me out on Instagram at planningwithbumble, and also check out the giveaway I've got going on right now. I do have, if you go to my giveaway playlist, you'll see it. It is going until next Thursday, so I'm giving away a lot of cool stuff. So check that out. I hope you guys have a great day and a wonderful week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.